We've reached the business end of the 2026 Prinx Tires USL Cup. 20 games in all today. It begins here at Merritt College in Oakland as the Oakland Roots welcome Spokane Velocity. Warm-ups this afternoon are brought to you by UCSF Health on a gorgeous day and a secondary venue for the Roots, more intimate with the fans today. On a day where they cannot progress through, they need to play spoiler, though, in their eyes, against Spokane Velocity. And we're happy to have you with us on ESPN Plus. Alongside MLS veteran Ricky Lopez-Espin, I'm Joe Malfa. Spokane with a win today and a loss by Sacramento would go through as the group winners. There's a murkier scenario where you could have a three-way tie between Boise, Sacramento, and Spokane. In that scenario, Spokane would have to win in penalties and score at least 5 goals in regulation. We'll sort it out as the day goes along, but the stars today, Ricky, are aligning perhaps for Spokane. Luis Gil needs to lead the way.
Luis Gil is just so important for Spokane Velocity and what they want to do going forward. He has the ability to find that final ball, but he can also score goals. His movement in around that 18-yard box, and especially in that final third, can really put pressure on the Oakland Roots and that back line. Lee Beedman needs his big-time players to stand up in moments that they need to produce. So look for Luis Gil to produce for Spokane Velocity.
The former U.S. men's national teamer is the guy to watch on one side. On the other side, the player to watch presented by UCSF Health is Danny Trejo.
Danny Trejo, it's an opportunity for him to continue to get going and continue to find progress wearing an Oakland Roots jersey, the ability to stretch the field and get himself high up the field. We've seen how good and how composed of a finisher he is. So service into Danny Trejo, especially early on in this match, crucial for Ryan Martin if they want to find success going forward.
The second meeting all time between these clubs. It was in this tournament last year that Spokane upset Oakland 2-1 and ended Oakland's hopes of going through. Now Ryan Martin and the Roots can return the favor to Spokane Velocity. It's next on ESPN Plus.
Our need to connect is at the heart of being human. The places and people who make us feel valued, body, mind, and spirit. At Anthem Blue Cross, we know life touches each of us differently, with things we expect and things we don't. We're showing up in ways not expected, helping all of us feel connected to a community of care.
A lot of people don't know this about UCSF, but we have more female sports doctors than anywhere else in the country.
Our Women's Sports Medicine Center is the first clinic in the Bay Area to focus on female patients. We would reconstruct the ACL. Our bodies are different. Our injuries are different.
We are constantly staying up to date on the latest science. And we're all athletes ourselves, so we understand what their goals are.
We love to help athletes get back to doing what they love.
UCSF Health.
Today's match is brought to you by Anthem Blue Cross. Prinx Tires is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the Prinx Tires USL Cup. Built for practical performance and the long haul, Prinx delivers reliability for everyday drivers like you. Visit PrinxTireUSA.com to learn more. Beautiful day here in Oakland as the players take the field. It's a day to play spoiler for the Oakland Roots. It's a day to possibly progress through to the quarterfinals for Spokane Velocity in the Prinx Tires USL Cup. A look at the starting lineups brought to you by Anthem Blue Cross. On a day where the Roots could rotate, Ryan Martin not going for wholesale changes, still some of the core out there.
We have the same personnel, playing maybe different positions, specifically Lepley. He's going to drop a little bit deeper, play that double pivot role next to Biaronga. So they need to do a really good job at understanding when to push the tempo, but also when to take the sting out of Spokane velocity. That allows Roberson and Trejo to really be expansive on either side of Keel leading the line.
On the other side for Spokane, it's full bore ahead. They need to win to really put themselves in the best position, and this is about the strongest group that Lee Wiedemann can put out there.
You look at Fernandez and Andre Lewis winning that midfield battle will establish some dominance for Lee Wiedemann, the ability to press the game and really suffocate this Oakland Roots. Luis Hill's going to have the freedom to go and search the game. The more often he gets on the ball, that allows Nico Brett to stay high, and Nico Brett is at his best when he's working in between the 18-yard box.
Siobhan John Brown with 3 goals actually leads the team in the regular season as the right wing back. Don't sleep on him getting forward and testing Jillian Bravo down that left side of the Oakland Roots. Just about set to get things going here. Ricky, you've been in these situations as a player on both sides. Oakland cannot progress through, but still something to work for. Spokane, all to play for. Put me in the shoes of players on both teams right now.
Look, if you are an Oakland Roots player, it's an opportunity to continue to progress over the course of the 2026 season. It's also a chance for a lot of these players to force the issue and say, next time when league play does come around for Ryan Martin, you need to put me in that team sheet, an opportunity to get sharper, an opportunity to really progress again. And for Spokane velocity, you have to worry about what you can control, which is this result here. So expect the League One side in the first 10 to 15 minutes to put a lot of pressure on the Roots and try to get an early goal.
Good conversations with both coaches, Lee Wiedemann of Spokane and Ryan Martin of the Oakland Roots, about how the gap between USL Championship and USL League One has closed. There's so much more talent that is just pouring into this league and under the USL umbrella year over year between Open Cup and USL Cup. Becoming more and more evident that the gap is not massive, and it's just getting us more and more excited for a couple of years down the line when promotion relegation could enter the equation in USL. Here at Merritt College, former home and secondary home still of the Roots, more intimate setting. Getting away from the Coliseum, an exclusive day here for the Oakland Roots ticket members. It'll be Spokane in the purple from left to right, Oakland in the black from right to left, and away we go. Brad Jensen, the referee, sends us on our way. Here's Lepley operating in that deeper role that you mentioned. See what he can do creating from there. Trejo. Slow start to this season for Danny Trejo, whipping a ball in. This game's not going to lack intensity. Some of these players on the Roots roster, a part of last year's Spokane upset of the Roots. Yarahanga pushing it wide. Centered by Roberson, the header is wide.
Really good start here for the Oakland Roots, not even 2 minutes in, and you see both wide players being really aggressive. Quick ball out to the exterior for Roberson, trying to put it back across into Jackson Keel, doing a good job at just trying to fend off this back line for Spokane velocity. A little bit of an awkward fall, but good start for the championship side.
Eva Community Energy corner kick. Faisal Batash set to take it. Batash, good service, back post! Quick start for the Roots. Neville Hackshaw giving them the lead.
Hackshaw doing Hackshaw things, just so dominant in the air. The center back is phenomenal ball to the far post from Batash. You just see the pace and the location. And this is simply about Hackshaw wanting a little bit more. You see there is confusion between Spokane velocity, who is going to initially mark Hackshaw. Kobe comes across way too late, and an easy header for a player of his quality. 1-0, Oakland Roots.
He's come in the crosshairs a couple of times this year. Neville Hackshaw for some issues on the defensive end, costing the team some mistakes, red cards. But a player who's still a veteran, who's still a leader for this team, and who's still on his day, brings a lot to the table. Danger playing out of the back here for the Roots. Pressure from Spokane.
A really good turn from Lepley there. An even better challenge here from Colin Fernandez.
Hill looking back posts. I'll take this if it's end-to-end all day.
See how aggressive Spokane Velocity is at trying to turn their defense into offense. That starts with the ability to recover the ball from Fernandez. And that is exactly where you want Nico Brett operating, in between both center backs. Good move to come across. Martinez just unable to get it on target.
For Namel Hackshaw, that's just his 6th goal for Oakland in 108 appearances overall. Only the 14th goal of his now 10-year pro career. I feel the elephant in the room does need to be addressed. A technical issue on the back end, which is why you're seeing the camera where it is. Apologies.
Feels like you're on the field yourself.
You need a 3D headset, virtual reality headset, and you really feel like you're out there. Lepley on that magic wand of a left foot. He just hit it wrong. I don't think that was intended to be a pass. You might say it was, but I'm not buying it.
But you also see with this angle just how quick the game is, how clean these players are in terms of their technique, the game speed, the tempo. 5 minutes in, 100 miles per hour from either side.
Something else you could see from this lower vantage point, the passing lanes and how quickly they collapse and open up, and you get a little bit more of an appreciation for the decision-making process of these players. A couple of young players getting the opportunities today for the Roots, including Emilio Martinez there. Foray off the back line for the young center back. We thought there would actually be more rotation for the Roots today, given the fact that they are mathematically eliminated. But in USL League Two, Project 5.0 have a massive game of their own with a potential title on the line. So a lot of the key players for the Roots that you would see occupying the bench or getting a spot start today are actually with the USL 2 side for a massive game not too far from here. Trying to keep you updated as those updates come our way on how the Project 5.0 group is doing. Lepley got up back and through, finds Trejo, cutting in field. Trejo swept away. Simon Fitch, Luis Hill. Dangerous ball back from Hill, gave it away, and a throw for Oakland.
You're seeing the Oakland Roots wanting to press high. So if you are Spokane Velocity, you need to be really clean and have a little bit of personality to look beyond the initial line of pressure. Right there, you should not be playing that ball into Luis Hill. He just has already traffic coming up. You can bypass that line play into Alexandre or Nico Brett for success. Just see how comfortable Danny Trejo is with the ball at his feet, as heel does come over the right foot. Trejo.
It's an injury timeout brought to you by Anthem Blue Cross. Anthem is transforming healthcare by improving the health of our local communities. We turn to CBS on Saturday, July 18th for USL Championship Eastern Conference Showdown. Last season's champions, the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, head-to-head. The 2025 Players' Shield winners, Louisville City FC. Must-watch match of the summer. 2 elite clubs, 1 stage, don't miss it. Roberson, Batash. Wide for Trejo. Feeds it along, cutting it back. It's Julian Bravo still on here for the Roots. Roberson. Brad Jensen had a good view. Says play on. Very good referee Brad Jensen. Had the whistle for the NWSL Challenge Cup final a couple of weeks ago. Very quickly ascending through the ranks. Feels like there's breadcrumbs along the way throughout the season, but not to get too deep into the weeds of referee talk here. Brad Jensen feels like a referee at the halfway point of the season that could be in contention to referee the final when all is said and done this season in USL Championship. Quick through ball for Hill, would have been offside and collected by Spiegel.
You see the right-hand side for Spokane Velocity. John Brown steps a little bit higher. That allows more time and space for Fitch trying to play this ball into the interior. Good off-the-ball movement from Luis Hill. A little bit lacking in terms of the quality from Nico Brett there.
Ryan Martin looking on, hat on, shades on. Cool customer, happy with the start from the Oakland Roots.
10 out of 10 on the style there from Ryan Martin. Impressive.
Candid conversation with him this week just about this competition. And as you alluded to earlier, it's really just an opportunity for players to put themselves into conversations, to work on little things. Lepley playing a new position today. A couple of faces getting some extra run. It doesn't really matter, plain and simple for Oakland today. They are eliminated from this competition, but they're a team that has aspirations of finishing atop the table in the Western Conference. They're within striking distance of that. And today could go a long way for a player like Jackson Keel, who lays it off. Wrong-footed Roberson. But a corner coming again. Scored off the last one.
Once again, powered as always by Ava Community Energy. Clean power, lower rates, brighter communities.
Second Ava Community Energy corner kick for the Roots. It was Batash assisting Hackshaw on the first. That one came in the second minute. Batash again the service, looking for Hackshaw. Flag stays down here. In behind. Alexandre centering, deflected. Could have been trouble for Spiegel, but Sting was taken out of it.
It's a good run from Alexandre, keeping himself onside, but his first touch just lets him down. You need to continue with the momentum towards goal. Those are little situations that when you want to have a final action of putting pressure on Spiegel, you need to be cleaner there from the striker.
Lee Wiedemann, right side of your picture, trying to wave Spokane forward, up the pressure. No panic from this team after falling behind early. Far too early in a match to adjust the game plan because of one moment on a set piece. But the urgency for a team that has to win today, has to pick up as well. And they don't technically have to win in regulation, but that's the cleanest way through. They could also get through with a shootout victory in which they score 5 goals in regulation. Fed through, flag stays down, a chance for a second from Roberson. It's a corner. All that's to say, a 5-5 draw is probably not happening today.
Good passage of play here from the Roots. Notice how easy it is for them to break lines. First from Jarl Hunga, now Batash to thread this ball between the left back and left center back. Phenomenal. See what Roberson's trying to do, find this bottom corner. That's a really good save from Marancio to push it wide of his far post.
Ava Community Energy corner kick, third of this half for the Roots. And Swinger headed over the bar by Trejo. Had a good conversation with Lee Veidman about this tournament. The opportunities it's giving League One teams to showcase themselves. Players who we've seen last year and now this year who have switched over from League One teams and moved up to championship teams, or vice versa. Players who are maybe on the benches of USL Championship teams who are not getting the playing time, but going up against a League One team. That tape is out there, the coaches see it, and they make a move, whether it's a loan or a transfer, to bring a player into League One, and then that player blossoms and really takes hold because of the playing time. Beside the competition itself, opportunities for players in this tournament, reasons like that. The confidence of a win today for Spokane could go a long way in launching them the rest of their regular season. We saw it last year with Portland Hearts of Pine on the east coast of USL League One. A couple of big wins over Pittsburgh and Detroit City, if memory serves me right, in this tournament. And all of a sudden, the confidence they drew from that, they went on an absolute tear the second half of the regular season and ultimately wound up in the playoffs in their inaugural season in League One.
And losing to this Spokane Velocity side in was a super close semifinal draw. Vigneault scores right before going to pens. We're talking about USL Cup as well. Look at what Dominic Casciato's been able to do with the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Right? Having the ability to look at players in League One in the flesh, see how they operate, see how physically they are, how good technically they are, and then no secret why he's dipped into League One to sign a lot of players, and you just see what the Tampa Bay Rowdies have been able to do this season.
Coming this Monday, July 13th at 1 p.m. Eastern, the Prinx Tires USL Cup Knockout Draw quarterfinal show. USL's Dan Lucas and Devin Kerr will select the matchups from the 7 group winners and the wild card Monday, 1 Eastern, live on USL's YouTube channel. We'll finalize all the participants today. 20 total matches. Only 2 groups have already been solidified. Tampa Bay clinched Group 7, and Colorado Springs clinched Group 2. There's other groups where the writing is pretty much on the wall, but still all to play for today. Bravo. That's one back. Batash. Spokane again needing a win in regulation as their cleanest way through. A win in regulation, and then Boise beating Sacramento in regulation later tonight. They cannot go through with a regulation win and a Sacramento shootout loss. Both teams would end up on 9 points, but Sacramento beat Spokane head-to-head. And the first tiebreaker within the group is head-to-head. Fans who are tuning in throughout the day, keeping an eye on the wild card standings. The tiebreaker there is not head-to-head. The tiebreaker there is goals scored, not goal differential, goals scored. It's been the incentive for teams to go more all out in the attack as this tournament's gone on. Head toward heel. Cut out by Martinez.
He's been good. 17 minutes in. Martinez comfortable on the ball, breaking lines with his passing. Obviously, they're showing his defensive capabilities. Good start for the youngster.
Free kick coming for Oakland, and a card out of the pocket as well. Nico Brett can't believe it, but he's in the book.
Spokane Velocity FC yellow card issued to number 9 and Nico Brett. The 18th tag.
Great, 6, Luis 21.
Roberson lost it to Derek Waldeck. If there ever is a USL League One Hall of Fame built one day, Derek Waldeck. It's got to be the first
100%.
inductee. He has been in this league his whole career. And I don't mean that as a knock. As a player, of course, you want to progress, but he has been a pros pro in this league. The teams he's gone by, the performances have always been there, a champion through and through. Such a key piece in the pickup for Spokane, starting this club a couple of years ago. Of course, that's 100% on me as he hits one in the parking lot. Player you at some point would have played against.
And Manil Vinyals is another one that is in that Hall of Fame in League One. Countless of years providing magical moments in this league.
Spokane looking direct here, knotted back towards Spiegel, and he has it.
It's been impressive to see the Oakland Roots do a really good job at dealing with the pressure from Spokane Velocity. Whether it is Hackshaw or Martinez on the ball. Now Lepley dropping a little bit deeper. Really good balance when trying to play through the press early on for the Roots.
Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the grassroots to the pros, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest product specials and more. Select, the player's choice. Garahunga dodging a tackle. Roberson. Batash. Total control, the Roots on the ball. 75% of the possession so far in this one. They are a possession-based team you'll see in the USL Championship as well, but not to this degree. Really asserting their dominance right now over Spokane. Can they counter, though, in moments like this? Hill. Fernandez. Ibrahim Kobe. Big French center back striding forward still. Angie Alexandre. Brad Jensen chatting with some players behind the scenes. Now gives the whistle and the okay. Roberson latches on. Lets it run by in the end. Bent ball in behind. Spokane still looking for a way back. Take a deflection. It did not. Goal kick.
There's been moments where we've seen Spokane velocity be really direct, specifically from the wide parts of the field, whether it is Brett, John Brown, Alexandre here. Again, the two center backs doing a really good job at dropping down and denying the ball across the face of that 6-yard box. Been a bright spot for Ryan Martin and the Oakland Roots here.
Batash. Picked up by Fernandez. Colin Fernandez, one of the unsung heroes of this Spokane midfield, does a lot of the dirty work you don't notice until you do notice it. Numbers forward again for velocity. Contact there, not enough. Any sort of penalty shout. Gibson clears out for a throw. I don't think Emilio Martinez is old enough to have watched a lot of the players that made that style famous.
But he has the double one. A lot of times it's only one, right?
Fair point.
Yeah.
Could be new school.
Yeah. Get with it, Joe.
You ever do that?
No. Did you?
Trejo, he's probably got the hair to do it if he wanted to. Lays it off. Bravo goes for a goal. Stinging one saved. And it hopped up a handball. There's the call against Kiel. Good stop of Carlos Marancio.
Good decision, first and foremost here from Danny Trejo. Notice how he slows himself down, which allows Julian Bravo to be aggressive. But notice the movement, how quickly this ball goes up to dip a little bit. Marancio understands he cannot catch it, so he needs to just parry it away. As Jackson Kiel gets caught offsides. Good movement from this near side from the Oakland Roots in terms of the unselfishness from Danny Trejo.
Waldeck, options. It was Hale making the run in the penalty spot. Blocked down on the right side by Gibson, given away from Martinez. Lewis. Bent ahead, Trejo, offside. Simon Fitch. John Brown. The Roots come away with it again. Lepley has popped up a few times in this deeper lying position. You wonder if it's giving Ryan Martin something to think about going forward back into the regular season.
Your fault again, right?
No, that one's Faisal Batash's fault for that pass across. I'm not taking blame for that one.
Just trying to rocket it across the face of the field. I really like what we've seen from Lepley a little bit deeper, because if the game is in front of him and allows him to scan, just talk about the quality of that left foot of his to find that final ball, but can also run with the ball at his feet. When he is a little bit deeper, can give you that flexibility for Ryan Martin.
Now Waldeck again, getting in behind. Waldeck sliding it through. They can't connect right now in the attacking third. He steps up and wins it back. They're hung up. Back for Oakland. Lepley lost it. Fernandez recovers. Alexandre. Every time they look centrally, one of those three players, whether it's Biarahanga, Martinez, or Hackshop, is dispatching. This is the town season. The 2026 Oakland Roots and Soul jerseys are here. Same heart, same city. One built from Milth, one bit from within. Two clubs, one Oakland. Get yours now at shop.oaklandrootssc.com or at any Roots or Soul home game. It's interesting, more than one way to be a manager in this profession. You've got Ryan Martin, hat on, shades on, sitting at the end of the bench, legs crossed. I don't think Lee Wiedemann has sat down for the entirety of this match. This one over the top, and Spiegel has it. I don't know that Ryan Martin has given an instruction. I don't know that Lee Wiedemann has stopped directing and positioning players. More than one way to do this job.
And wearing sweatpants, a full kit for Lee Wiedemann.
Can he sub himself in? Looks like he can still go.
Exactly.
He'll tell you no, though. Modest man.
I think he's 5 strong minutes, I would say.
5?
5, yeah. 5-10.
All right.
Yeah. More than I can give you.
Your left knee would yell at you within 30 seconds.
Right knee, go.
I could go a full 90.
Oh, stop.
90 seconds. Batage. A little flick on for Trejo. Leaves it for Bravo. Lepley trying to slide it through, cleverly done. Keel, they're playing from a seated position. Brad Jensen could have given an indirect free kick there. Now it's Bravo striking it. Marancio gobbles it up.
The tempo's been really good for the Oakland Roots, specifically when they play centrally. First they go wide, they shift Spokane velocity, and they come back centrally. Jackson Keel just causing a little bit of issues, and we've seen Julian Bravo with both feet, the ability to strike a ball. Not an easy save as it does skip off the turf before approaching Marancio. Again, Tucker Lepley showing really good feels of picking the ball in between lines and causing some issues for Spokane velocity.
Remember, Spokane need to win this game in order to progress through. Before I get a, well, actually, they can win a shootout. Yeah, this game's simply not going to be a 5-5 tie. Here we are 32 minutes in, 1-0. If it is a 5-5 tie, we could think of some terms of an agreement because it's not going to happen.
If it does end in a 5-5 tie, you have to have the same haircut that Martinez has.
Done.
All right,
done.
Cool.
Done. I'll do the double rat tail just for you if this ends up as a 5-5 tie.
And put it on Twitter so there's proof.
Done. Yeah, okay. That's fine. I'll make my profile picture for a whole year. So now that that's out of the picture, Spokane wins in regulation and Sacramento loses later against Boise. That's enough for Spokane to win the group. The other method that I'm making fun of is a shootout victory for Spokane in which they score 5 goals, which means it would have to be a 5-5 tie to get to a shootout, and we're not getting 10 goals in this game. I know you're holding out hope that I'm going to have a double rat tail hairdo. I'm not in the slightest bit afraid.
Want that more than anything. Watch out.
Oh, it could be. Chance here for Spokane, and it dribbles over the line. A mistake for the Roots, and Spokane have drawn level.
We talked about the high press for Spokane velocity, whether it is from Alexandre or Nico Brett. This is all about effort and the extra work right here. But if you are Spiegel, this ball needs to be put into the stand. You cannot be too cute here. You try to play out of the back, takes a wicked deflection off of Louis' heel, and a gift for Nico Brett, beating Martinez to the spot. But those are the situations that you need to learn if you are a goalkeeper. Any danger, put it out of play. 1-1 here at Merritt College Soccer Stadium.
Only 4 more for each side, and you get your wish.
There you go, we're getting closer.
Well, it gives Spokane some much-needed life. The regulation win that they want to leave here with puts them in the best position, puts all the pressure on Sacramento later on. We spent the first couple of minutes of this game early on talking about the opportunities for players on these teams here in this one. For Oakland, already eliminated. It's a chance to showcase yourself. You didn't do so in the way you wanted to if you're Spiegel. That is a number of instances now this season where he's had a mistake playing out of the back, has cost his team a goal. And well, McIntosh has been the other keeper. They've gone back and forth. McIntosh was a starter just about all of last year. They bring different things. It feels like Ryan Martin has given Rafael Spiegel chance after chance after chance, and you wonder if he's just going to run out of chances with more moments like that.
And it's interesting at the ability to speak with Ryan Martin ahead of the Phoenix Rising game, where Kendall McIntosh did get the nod to start. And I asked Ryan Martin why he was going to start between the stick, and he said it was really simple because the way that Phoenix Rising wants to press you, they go man for man around the field. So they knew that the goalkeeper was going to see the ball a lot with his feet. So obviously, Ryan Martin does think Kendall McIntosh a lot more comfortable when playing out of the back. So depending on the opponent for the Oakland Roots, you have two different type of goalkeepers that if you want to be a team that wants to bait the opposition out, you go with Kendall McIntosh, because both keepers have shown that they have the ability to make those really good saves, but maybe the difference is with the feet.
Looking for Gibson. Waldeck cut it off. Mauricio has it. If you're Lee Veidman, you're happy. I think at this point, with 10 minutes to go in this half, I mean, all that's gone wrong and the control Oakland's had, there you are now, still with a chance at 1-1. You pick up the win here, you ascend to 9 points, you put all the pressure on Sacramento later on. Deflected on the cross. And the referee pick it up. No, goal kick.
Does the hard work here. Alexander just turns. Julian Bravo, who's been really active on this near side for Lee Veidman and Spokane Velocity. Not the second time, but the quality of service has lacked a little bit from the winger.
Oakland sitting there in fourth. They're already mathematically out with the 5 points. Boise also on 5, but they still have a method through. It's convoluted. I won't even dive into it, but just know that the possibility exists. Bravo goes for a goal. You mentioned it before. He's hit it with both feet. He's comfortable with either. Trejo would have rather had a pass his way.
Yeah, makes a wrong decision here. Julian Bravo, especially as Danny Trejo provides it with, you need to play him early, which gives him the ability to run at Fitch in this back line for Spokane Velocity. Notice a little bit of hesitation. The window starts to close, and it's a really tight angle to try to force it into that top corner.
Hackshaw. It's 2-1 Spokane when these teams met last year in Spokane. It just about ended any hope the Roots had about going through. Spokane also finished bottom of the group. Their only 3 points were the win against Oakland. Join the Oakland Roots at the Oakland Coliseum on July 25th for K-Pop Night, a post-game drone show, a bag charm giveaway, and more await as the Roots take on fierce rival Sacramento Republic. Single-game tickets are still available. Visit oaklandrootssc.com/tickets or call 510-488-1144. Lock in your tickets today.
K-pop fan?
BTS, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've done a couple of good World Cup songs now. I know that. Outside of that, I'm out of my depth. I'll defer to you.
No, I have no idea. I know who they are, but no songs.
Alexandre to Fitch. Good recovery defensively from Bravo. Staying in play. Bravo did well to avoid conceding the corner.
Good positioning from Julian Bravo here as Alexandre takes that touch inside. Now you need to make a decision. Are you going to stay with the ball or the runner? Splits the difference and it does not allow Fitch to play this ball in. Something that is really small, but so effective for a defender in that situation.
Alexandre delivering. Spiegel let it bounce. It's loose in front. Almost a second howler from Spiegel. Lucky that it's still 1-1.
The best service that we've seen from Alexandre. This ball just lands right on top of that 6-yard box. Not dealt with nearly well enough from Spiegel. Makes a mess out of it. Just misreads the skip off the turf. Fortunate, Nico Brett unable to get it on target.
Long throw. Spokane able to make it count. The momentum in this game has certainly shifted. Hill.
Whoa.
Jensen taking a shove. It's going to be a drop ball as he impeded the play. Miller,
yeah, look
right
at
through
this
the bag.
Definitely yellow carded. That is a Roots player. The referee right here. Boom! Out of the way. Good on Brad Jensen not to go down.
He didn't budge. He's been hitting the weight room.
Yeah. Good core strength there.
Similarly, Cameron Miller hit the weight room. You can't even knock a ref to the ground.
The second time that Jackson Keel's done a really good job at inviting the pressure from Covey here. Knows he's coming really aggressive, goes down, and allows the Roots to take the sting out of what we've seen from Spokane Velocity. Good ball.
Taken down by Siobhan John Brown, feeding it across over the head of Nico Brett.
But how many times have we seen Spokane Velocity come towards this near side? Wonderful ball from Andre Lewis on a dime. But as this ball is skipping off of the turf, you do not need to generate power. Just simply find your target. That's not a good sign if you are Lee Wiedemann. John Brown goes down, immediately raising his hand. Felt something.
Your hope is that you could at least get to halftime here and not burn a substitution window if John Brown cannot continue. Grenadian international, over 40 caps for his country. Time in USL Championship and League One. Just a reminder that if we're tied at the end of regulation, we go to a shootout. If it goes to a shootout at this scoreline, Spokane would be eliminated. The only shootout that can still somehow get Spokane through is if it's 5-5 to a shootout and then Spokane wins in the shootout. And then I also would have a double rat tail for the next year.
I cannot wait. What do you think wifey would say?
Oh, I'd be single at that point. Yeah, that one wouldn't go over well. Cleanest method through again for Spokane is winning in regulation and then asking for a favor from fellow League One side AC Boise later on, beating Sacramento. 2 minutes of stoppage time here in this first half.
Decision here for Lee Demon. Do you see out the half, down a player, or do you burn a window right before halftime? One of the most underrated things that a manager has to juggle here. By the picture of your screen, you're seeing an assistant walk over to the fourth saying that Lee Demon might in fact make a sub.
Hackshaw scored Oakland's goal off a corner in the 2nd minute. Spokane is readying a substitution. It would be wise to just wait 45 seconds here and not burn the window, get to halftime. John Brown, we're told, cannot continue. The 4th official has the board in hand. The replacement is ready. It's Mark Hernandez who's set to come on. Again now, you've got 20 seconds remaining. Why bother if you're Spokane? They're calling him back now. Sensible move not to burn the window. There were 5 substitutions in 3 windows. And if you make a sub at half, it doesn't count as a window burned. And the whistle goes to end the first half that was back and forth. Oakland really dominated the first half hour. Possession, had the goal, but then Spokane scored and maybe had opportunities to tack on.
If you're Lee Demon, you're the happier of the 2 managers, specifically through the performance. Obviously, defensively had to deal with a lot of pressure, but once he got going, especially on this near side, found a lot of success behind Julian Bravo. Now you bring in, which might be Mark Hernandez. He's going to give you a little bit something different. All to play for Spokane Velocity in this next 45 minutes.
2-1 win for Spokane over Oakland last year in Washington. These 2 teams came into the day in different situations. Oakland eliminated Spokane, needing to win to go through. We're at the business end of Prinx Tire's USL Cup. It's 1-1 at the break between Oakland and Spokane.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. You might not be related, but you're still family. You don't just give an extra hand. You give your whole heart and a whole lot of muscle. Because it feels good to raise up the community that raised you. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
Sana, sana. Sana, sana, colita de rana. Sana sana, colita de rana. Si no sanas hoy,
sanará mañana.
Learn about low to no-cost health insurance with Anthem Blue Cross, so you and your family can sana sana.
A lot of people don't know this about UCSF, but we have more female sports doctors than anywhere else in the country.
Our Women's Sports Medicine Center is the first clinic in the Bay Area to focus on female patients. We would reconstruct the ACL. Our bodies are different. Our injuries are different.
We are constantly staying up to date on the latest science. And we're all athletes ourselves, so we understand what their goals are.
We love to help athletes get back to doing what they love.
UCSF Health.
1-1 at the break between Oakland and Spokane. Supporters hoping the Roots can play spoiler against Velocity. Here we are in round 4 of the Prinx Tires USL Cup. A look back at the save and goal of round 3.
Session, Alan Gavilanes. Down and dirty to help his side. It's just rolled back to Gavilanes. Swatted away by Echevarria. Oh, it was nearly perfect for the Owls.
Villalobos planning out for Almash. Elias Almash gets around another. Elias Almash from a wide angle and scores!
The Almash brothers are magicians for AV Alta. Watch Elias Almash make this play, outnumbered by Orange County, 4 players in his vicinity on the near side. First, a nutmeg to get around the first defender. Then, he takes another touch to slip past the second defender, but the finish still requires a touch of class, nestled by the near post. Almash's second goal of Prinx Tires USL Cup play is a game winner against USL Championship side Orange County SC for your goal of the round.
This week on USL All Access, the King of the Queen City joins us to talk about how he's been able to maintain consistency even with the change in modern times. And that's right, Prinx Tires Cup is back, baby. 21 of 42 teams still have an opportunity to grab one of the 8 coveted spots in the quarterfinal. We'll break all the scenarios down for you. This is USL All Access, available exclusively on the USL YouTube page.
2 champions loaded with USL history. Louisville City raised last year's Players' Shield, but the Pittsburgh Riverhounds took home the USL title. Contenders collide. Pittsburgh Riverhounds and Louisville City, Saturday, July 18th at noon Eastern on CBS.
Prinx Tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines, from early mornings to late nights, from fun with friends to winner takes all, from the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinx Tires will be there for the long haul.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
Take a load off it. Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kinda everything.
This summer, get 1,000 bonus points and a chance to win 250,000 bonus points.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. You put on the biggest event of the year every single weekend, surviving the strongest storms, meeting chaos with composure. You roll up your sleeves to roll out the red carpet, because the end of the night for you is the beginning of the rest of their lives. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
It is halftime in the Prinx Tires USL Cup. We hope you're enjoying the match so far. I'm Dan Lucas inside the USL studio with a look at some of the headlines. Last week in the championship, New Mexico United extended its league unbeaten streak to 5 matches with a 2-1 victory over Oakland Roots in front of more than 14,800 fans, the 4th largest crowd in franchise history. New Mexico's Christian Nava scored his first goal since the 2022 season, a remarkable comeback for a player that battled through 2 knee injuries over a 2-year period. Tonight, we close out group play in the Prinx Tires USL Cup, and 8 clubs will head to the quarterfinals. You can watch that quarterfinal draw on the USL's YouTube channel on Monday the 13th at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern. USL is also gearing up for a national TV audience on Saturday the 18th. The title holders in the championship, Pittsburgh Riverhounds, host last season's Player Shield winners, Louisville City. That's a noon Eastern kickoff on CBS. And 2 more matches on CBS Sports Net, Sporting Jacks and Pittsburgh on the 15th. 2 days later, it's AC Boise and Portland Hearts of Pine. This is the USL Studio Halftime Update. I'm Dan Lucas. Now let's get you back out to your match.
New location, same.
Little bit something extra despite the competition. That will be at Lynn Family Stadium. Matt Hemme and companies maybe looking to turn, maybe look like they've turned the corner. Can they do it at the rivals?
The one on the bottom left there, Athletic Boise against Sacramento. If Spokane can win this game in regulation and Boise can beat Sacramento, it would mean that when the draw is conducted on Monday between Dan Lucas and Devin Kerr on the USL YouTube channel, it would mean that Spokane would be in that draw. So keep your eye on that Boise-Sacramento game as well, and keep your eye potentially on this draw on Monday at 1 Eastern on the USL's YouTube channel. Keep your eyes right here. Second half on the way between Oakland and Spokane.
A lot of people don't know this about UCSF, but we have more female sports doctors than anywhere else in the country.
Our Women's Sports Medicine Center is the first clinic in the Bay Area to focus on female patients. We would reconstruct the ACL. Our bodies are different. Our injuries are different.
We are constantly staying up to date on the latest science. And we're all athletes ourselves, so we understand what their goals are.
We love to help athletes get back to doing what they love.
UCSF Health.
Sana, sana.
Sana, sana, colita de rana.
Sana, sana, colita de rana. Si no sanas hoy,
Sanará mañana.
Infórmese sobre un seguro médico de bajo costo o sin costo con Anthem Blue Cross. Así usted y su familia pueden sana.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. It doesn't just have great bones. It was the backbone of your community. So you breathe in new life, grinding away to make space for tomorrow, for your people. This isn't just a restoration. It's a revival. Because you're always willing to double down on your neighborhood. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
Today's match is brought to you by Anthem Blue Cross. Prinx Tires is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the Prinx Tires USL Cup. Built for practical performance and the long haul, Prinx delivers reliability for everyday drivers like you. Visit PrinxTireUSA.com to learn more. Look back at highlights from an interesting first half between Oakland and Spokane. That season 1-1 after 45.
It starts with a good ball to the back post from Batash, and Hackshaw find a little bit of real estate. There is some confusion between Covey and Miller, who is going to mark the center back, and it's an easy header at that far post for Hackshaw to give the Oakland Roots a 1-0 lead early on in this match, and they start to find some success, especially with this ball from Matash, as Robertson does a good job at playing off the shoulder of Waldeck, and Miller just a little bit not convincing whatsoever, trying to find that far post. Doesn't hit it as clean as he would like, but that is a good save nonetheless from Marancio. And as you start to see a little bit of comfortability here from Spiegel, just trying to overcomplicate things and play out of the back, takes a wicked deflection off of Luis Heel, and Nico Bread beats Martinez to the spot, a gift for a player of his quality. But if you are Rafael Spiegel, that ball needs to be up and away from danger. 1-1 as we walk into halftime here.
Stats will show you that Oakland controlled that first half, but Spokane's okay. They're sitting back, they're countering. They took their moment when it was there. They had another moment that they probably should have converted on. So this is about what we expected.
Yeah, it seemed comfortable. Lee Wiedemann and company understanding that you do not need to have the ball to dictate tempo. Defensively, you've been really compact. You're sitting into a mid to low block. And transitional, you've shown some of your teeth, specifically when you play quickly into this near side for Ryan Martin. If you can get a little bit more possession with a purpose, getting Jackson Kill a little bit more involved, that will give you an opportunity to try to get your second goal here this afternoon.
Remember, before halftime, Siobhan John Brown went down injured for Spokane Velocity. He has been replaced at halftime. The sub was Marky Hernandez. He was getting ready to check in before halftime. They decided to sit on it and not burn the window. I guess they talked it over at halftime and switched things up as well, because now it's Moses Mensah who's into the match instead. On the Roots side, a change as well. Tommy McCabe into the midfield for Babosi Biarahunga. Roots in the black from left to right. Spokane in the, let's call it lilac from right to left.
Lilac?
Yeah. Different venue for the Roots there. Let's be different on the color choices as well. So waiting for Brad Jensen to set us on our way. There we go. And as is more and more commonplace now, just dump down out for a throw so the Roots can enter their pressure. PSG made it famous in Champions League 2025, and basically the rest of the world has copied it. In our conversation with Lee Wiedemann, head coach of this Spokane Velocity team, there were two players he said really drove. Look out. McCabe pressured and just knocked it out for a corner in an emergency fashion. It was just about to lay the praise on him from Lee Wiedemann. He said there's two players on this Roots roster that really alter the entire way we have to go about things. It's Peter Wilson if he's out there. Wilson didn't start today, and he's not available on the bench either. And it's Tommy McCabe, the way he drives the midfield. He didn't start this game, but he starts this second half, and he does so with an error that gives Spokane a chance from the corner. Fernandez kept alive by Miller. Chested down. Alexandre still on here. Volley, well off frame.
And Tommy McCabe is just almost like a quarterback for the Oakland Roots side. The ability to dictate tempo, pull the strings from a deeper lying position, an extension of the coaching staff on the ball right now. Into what Ryan Martin talked about Tommy McCabe. So as he is going to drop a little bit deeper and split the center backs, that allows Tyler Gibson and Julian Bravo, the two outside backs, to push on and be more aggressive in their positioning.
Tied at the end of regulation, we go to a shootout for the bonus point, but at that point, it'll be a moot point for both these teams. Oakland already eliminated. Spokane would be eliminated unless, again, we go to that shootout with a 5-5 scoreline. Facing the tiebreakers and the goal differential potential. 5-5 or 6-6 or 7-7 tie. Any tie above 4 goals. And then a shootout win for Spokane could keep them alive. As we learned in the first half, it might end by marriage, but it would keep them alive. I have agreed to do the Emilio Martinez double rat tail at the pestering of Ricky Lopez Espin, but we're glad to have you with us on ESPN Plus, so we've got witnesses in case. Gibson delivers a free kick, long the header. It's wide, but it's deflected. Simon Fitch, I believe, got in the way of it for Spokane. Or rather, Cameron Miller out for a corner for the Roots. First of this second half, they scored 2 minutes into the game off the corner.
Yeah, good ball here from Tyler Gibson. As Robertson does get on the end of it, all he's trying to do is head it back across into a dangerous area. Miller phenomenally like for like with Robertson not allowing this ball back across in another set piece as Gibson stands over it.
Ava
Community Energy corner kick for the Roots. Lofted back post. Bravo heads it across frame. Sort of what they were trying to do on the free kick a moment ago, but couldn't connect. Batosh, Trejo. Quick, incisive passing here for the Roots. Batosh drops it back. Roots fans, not too late to celebrate the history of the Coliseum in person at Oakland Roots. Sign up now for the Coliseum Countdown Pack and all the perks of membership for the rest of the year. Visit OaklandRootsSC.com or call 510-488-1144 to lock in your tickets today. News came out this week that this is the final season for the Roots at the Coliseum. Exploring options for an alternate venue for 2027 and beyond. Can also get there by using SeatGeek. Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek. Your ticket to great seats.
Las Casitas College, where they used to play, maybe? That big stadium, big crowd, Oakland A's crowd
This is something we didn't see in the first half from Spokane. Long spell of possession. Marancio. Covey.
We're also seeing the Oakland Roots sit a little bit deeper, which allows a lot more of the ball in favor of Spokane. Ryan Martin's baiting the two center backs to try to beat him. And the good passage of play, changing the point of attack here.
Waldeck slotting it through. Heel turns, heel curling. Just wide.
Good movement. Luis Heel doing a really good job at popping off that back line, which opens up the space for Waldeck. But once he gets on the half turn, his first touch just sends him a little bit too wide. So now he's reaching when he does make contact with the ball.
Enter the Prinx Tires USL Cup Game Day Kit Sweepstakes for your chance to win a prize pack worth up to $2,000. Scan the QR code on screen and enter today. Substitute Moses Mentz's first touches for Fitch, sent long, and the offside flag comes up. A level of intensity from the Roots will be interesting to monitor in this second half. They're already eliminated. Sure, they'd like to play spoiler and get revenge for last year's game, the loss against Spokane, but you do wonder how much that does factor in for a team that is focused on the regular season and high aspirations there this year. You do wonder if it wanes the intensity in this second half and the focus drops. And can Spokane, who need this game, can they capitalize on it?
8 minutes into the second half, the tempo's been really good actually for both sides. Obviously, we talked about Spokane still alive in this tournament, but the Oakland Roots still look like they want to try to get a result here. And I see frustration from Danny Trejo, just trying to overcomplicate things when going at Covey. If you're an attacking player and you have one move, you need to create separation and then you serve the ball in. There's no need to try to beat a defender about 2 or 3 times. Hasn't quite gotten going, Danny Trejo, in terms of his production in a Roots jersey.
Deflected through. Falls for Alexandre. Can he keep his feet? Yes. Hill. Second ball. Nico Brett going for goal. A rocket. And Spokane leads.
Coming into this game, we said that Lee Wiedemann needed his big-time players to stand up. Nico Brett has scored goals for fun in his career. Good work right here from Alexandre to keep the ball alive, but it's this extra pass here from Luis Heel. He brings in Julian Bravo, so that allows Nico Brett to stay as wide as he possibly can. And just notice the patience from Brett. Ball comes across his body, and once it approaches right in front of his right foot, just steps into it. Does not need to generate power, just clean contact. Roofs this into that top corner, and he has his brace. Spokane in the lead.
I mean, the technique on that.
Impressive. So impressive.
The window in the upper 90 for where Rafael Spiegel couldn't get to that ball, it's very small. It's about maybe 3 times the ball itself. And at that pace, that is a top finish.
What impresses me more, Joe, is the composure shown, because a lot of times when players get in that situation, they try to hurry things up and they rush themselves. Right? They try to attack the ball. Nico Brett does the opposite.
Trejo looking for the response. Some frustration a moment ago, lays this one off. Lepley delivers. Good ball gathered by Marancio.
Nico Brett does the opposite. He allows the ball to come to him. And then it's just about having your balance right, getting clean contact, and let momentum carry you through when you do strike the ball. Such a clinical finish from Nico Brett there.
Now the interesting dilemma for Lee Veidman and Spokane. With the lead, do you sit back and defend, or do you keep things going the way you started this half, which was more on the front foot, which was possessing more, which has clearly worked for you? It's a long time to defend and just sit back.
I think you start to see Spokane velocity sit a little bit deeper around the 75th minute mark or so. You can try to get your second, give yourself a little bit of breathing room, but the mentality should not change right now for the velocity.
Gibson, ending one ahead. Roberson cuts it back, cleared by Miller. Trejo. The toss was wrong-footed, but recovered anyway. Now Gibson. Lepley. McCabe settled in after an errant first touch, nearly led to a Spokane goal. Vignals, bottom of your screen, up and ready. The ball comes in for the Roots, dispatched again by Cameron Miller. Vignals getting up and ready gives you a little bit of insight into the mind of Lee Veidman. That's a forward-thinking change to perhaps control the game more in possession and find a third.
There's no real need here for Jackson Kill to be this aggressive and put a body into Cameron Miller. The ball's already out of play. And as Miller does follow through, when he does clear the ball, catches Keel. Signs that he's up on his own power. Maybe a little bit of frustration starting to show there for the striker.
Neil Vignals for Colin Fernandez, we're told. Gives them a more attack-minded approach. Fernandez and Vignals occupy the similar positions on the field, but Vignals does it with a touch of class and forward-thinking, former assist leader in USL League One. Moment, this is what Spokane needed. A win in 90 to go top of the table for now, and they'll still need help later tonight. I see Boise beating Sacramento in regulation. If Sacramento can just get that game to a shootout, they will be through as the group winners regardless of whether they win or lose the shootout. Hour gone, half hour remains. Spokane 2, Oakland 1. McCabe. Great start for Oakland. Well, Hackshaw scoring 2 minutes in. calamitous mistake at the back from Raphael Spiegel, which we've said about 4 or 5 times now this year. Let Spokane back into the game. Nico Brett capitalized in the 34th minute, and then maybe something that could be intention for goal of the 4th round of Prinx Tires USL Cup from Nico Brett a few minutes ago to give them the lead. So this result would eliminate AC Boise. They didn't have the E next to their name earlier when it was 1-1, because they still would have had their own method of passageway through. Now with Spokane on 9 points, Boise would be out, and the irony of this whole thing is Spokane will need a favor from Boise later. So they would eliminate Boise with this win, but then need a favor from Boise later on to beat Sacramento. Up to Brett, sitting on a hat trick. Brett, Waldeck, back for Neil Vigneault, the substitute, lays it off. It's Luis, heel save made. Rebound set up for Waldeck, but bobbled at the end.
Just such good work, number one, from Nico Brett to hold up this ball and allow his teammates to arrive and support him. And that is exactly why you bring in a player like Neil Vigneault, because he gives you, like you mentioned, Joe, a little bit something more in that final third. Then Colin Fernandez, good extra pass, forcing a nice save from Raphael Spiegel down to his right-hand side. Good action from the Velocity.
The Roots are preparing to bring on 2 of their young players and give them some run at the end of this game. Brett will lay it off. It'll be Ali El Masnawi for Faisal Batash. And Charlie Walks for Jackson Keel. The Roots will get those changes on now. So Walks, a product of their academy, Oakland native, signed his first team contract at 16 years of age back in May. The younger brother of Eli Walks, who formerly played for the Roots and then went on to Cal collegiately, now at DePaul University.
Substitutions for your Oakland Roots coming to 64th minute. Entering the field, number 51, Charlie Wax. He replaces Jackson Keel.
Wax will turn 17 in August. Hype around him and coming through the program.
And what an opportunity this is for Wax, the youngster. About 26 minutes under his belt and really test himself against good competition at Spokane Velocity.
Second appearance since signing that contract back in May at age 16. Played 8 minutes against Sacramento in USL Cup. Couple of matches to round out the night in Group 1. Monterey Bay and Las Vegas don't really amount to anything in terms of the standings, but 2 teams who started to hit form in the regular season would like to keep that momentum going, especially Monterey Bay. Under Alex Covello, the new coach, they've completely turned it around. One of those 2 games we showed you there, again, it's Boise, Sacramento that means the most. If Spokane holds on here and wins, a Boise regulation win over Sacramento would put Spokane through as the group winners. Masnawi. McCabe up for Trejo. He's had moments in this game, delivering, it's cleared by Covey. Turn to CBS on Saturday, July 18th for a USL Championship Eastern Conference showdown. Last season's title-winning side, Pittsburgh Riverhounds, go head-to-head with 2025 Players' Shield winning side, Louisville City, in a must-watch match of the summer. 2 elite clubs, 1 massive stage. Don't miss a minute of the action. That is noon Eastern on July 18th, a week from today. This team's already met once this year back in May, and it really sparked a turnaround for Pittsburgh. They went on the road to Louisville and won it 2-0. Taken down by Brett. Still sitting on a hat trick, lays it off instead. Brett had 82 goals at the USL Championship level in his time in the league. Last couple of years spent in League One, last couple of years here with Spokane. So a player who certainly not shying away from the challenge of playing up against the USL Championship team. He's tormented teams in that league for a long time and did so again today. Give and go. Got back for Elmas now. He thought about it. Walks. Talking to some around the club. Seems like there's more excitement around Charlie Walks than there has been any other Project 510 Academy prospect that's come through the system for the Roots. There he is again. Nico Brett's minutes are numbered here. Ready to be subbed off. Has 2 goals on the day. Masnawi. Bravo. Walks.
Just no real vertical threat right now for the Oakland Roots. Everything is in front. You need more from your front line here. It's looked really good in possession, but no real threat to penetrate the back line through that last passage of play. Because everything that Spokane Velocity has done is just move left and right. No one really testing the shape, no one running in behind. That is when you need more from maybe Danny Trejo Roberson to really put pressure on the 2 center backs.
Great ball out wide from Lepley. And again, it's just recycled back where it came from through the middle. Walks. Brett still giving everything he has from a long way away, looking for that hat trick. It's going to be Anwar Pelaez who replaces Nico Brett. Former member of the Oakland Roots, scored against Oakland in that 2-1 Spokane win last year against the Roots in this composition. Gibson. Walks. Lepley working to the end line, wins a corner for Oakland. Could be the lifeline they need. It's been lifeless in the attack in this second half First to change.
Going to be a different type of profile now for Pelaez as Nico Brett makes way. A really good shift from Nico Brett. Obviously this one a gift. Just poked it home into an open net, but this one phenomenally taken. Ball comes across his body, steps into it, just roots it into that top corner. Striker's goal. That's on where Pelaez is going to be more of a reference point for Velocity. He's going to throw his big body around to occupy Hackshaw and Martinez.
Ava Community Energy corner kick delayed by some shenanigans in the box that Brad Jensen has come to quell. Lepley delivers. Edmond still giving Brad Jensen an earful from the gestures. It seemed like he thought there was an elbow in the play. It should have gone against Oakland, perhaps with a card attached to it. Instead, it's going Oakland's way on a free kick. McCabe. Can't watch the match, turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights, plus live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app. Whatever will they be talking about this week? A lot to sort out from today. Still have 19 more games to go in the Prinx Tires USL Cup here, the final day of group play. 15 minutes remaining. Oakland preparing a change in goal. Alejandro Caracheo will enter for Rafael Spiegel. This is a moment for just a young player to get on, it seems. 15 minutes to go. Spiegel has seemed fine. There's no ailment. He hasn't had a ball come within about 20 yards of him ever since the goal was scored 20 minutes ago. It's been Oakland in control, but this is what today was about for Oakland, getting some young players some run.
Yeah, another opportunity for Caracheo here. For some confidence. With some real-time game time understanding.
Spokane Velocity does seem like they're not going to let up, wanting to try to get that third. Need to be really good at communicating with his two center backs to grow some confidence for the young goalkeeper here.
Gibson. Lepley. Trejo step overs, cuts in. McCabe searching for answers. McCabe incisive, almost comes off.
But those are the types of runs that you need when you're playing against a mid to low block like Spokane Velocity. You need runs that penetrate the back line, specifically from the wide part to the field. Really good run from Tucker Lepley. Just a little bit heavy on the wrong side of him from Patrick McCabe.
Caracheo, his first touch. Tommy McCabe. Trejo, good run through. Ball finds him. Trejo inside. Roberson blocked. From a long way out, McCabe letting it fly. Why not? Nothing else is really worth these last 20 minutes for Oakland.
Agreed. No pressure on the ball whatsoever, so why not have a goal from McCabe? Hits it well. Ball's moving. Talk about the technique from McCabe, the ability to hit a long ball, but showcasing to strike from distance has the interest of Marancio.
To play. Spokane holds on. They'll be sitting in pole position in the group. They would still need help. It's up to Sacramento. If they win against Boise, they're the group winners. If Boise beats Sacramento, Spokane would be the group winners. Tucker Lepley's day comes to an end. He looked interesting in that deeper lying role. We'll see if it's something that Ryan Martin continues to explore and pursue. Luka Rosic takes his spot.
I like Tucker Lepley a little bit deeper. Obviously talked about the comfortability on the ball, but again, the vision that he has, keeping the game in front of him, allows him to pick out passes, can venture forward. The different type of skill set when you're playing in that central midfield role versus on the wide parts of the field.
have to get your body position right. You're having to deal with a lot of pressure from different angles. That was a good showing from Lepley there.
It does feel like the intensity has dropped from Oakland right after the hour mark, right after they went down a goal. Remember, they were already eliminated in this. Now a lot of subs have come in. Players up from the academy getting a chance to get some run today. Feels like they understand the writing on the wall, and Spokane have kept the intensity at a high level with their strongest 11 as they look to put themselves in position to make the quarterfinals. Lee Wiedemann was very happy with the scheduling of this game. Should they avoid penalties and should they hold on? This will end right as his England side will take on Norway. Don't ask him about the game, though. He's said he's seen too many instances in which they thought it was coming home, ultimately for it not to be coming home.
Do you think it's coming home?
I do not think it's coming home. Unless by home you mean France, then I do think it's coming home. But his Spokane side could give him the first of what would be two important wins for him personally on the day.
It could be a really good day for Lee Wiedemann.
Good ball. Stays down. Pelaez. Minutes remaining for Oakland to find an equalizer that could break the hearts of Spokane. El Masnaoui. Valencia lets it go by. Couple of changes coming for Spokane to salt this one away. Reggie Alexandre and Luis Hill depart. Both left their mark on this game in different ways, combining on that second goal. Alexandre the hockey assist, Hill the actual assist.
And as you bring in Spielman and Opara, tells you exactly what Lee Wiedemann's trying to do, set up shop and try to see this result out. All the hard work through 85 minutes here. Bring in two defensive-minded players.
just really hasn't been much urgency from the Roots. And they've struggled this year when they don't have Peter Wilson out there as the focal point. Wolfgang Prentice is supplemented with some other goals, but everything flows through Peter Wilson. When you remove him, things look different for Oakland.
That's something that Ryan Martin needs to find the answer to. Obviously, Peter Wilson ability to score goals, but requires so much attention, and doing that leaves other people available and free. So who's going to step up and shoulder that responsibility? So I've not found that answer for the Oakland Roots. You need a secondary supplier and goal scorer besides Peter Wilson.
Trejo runs long for Martinez. And his double rat tail keeps it in play. I think I'm safe now, Ricky, by the way. I don't think 5-5.
Never say never.
I don't think 5-5 is happening. You know what? If 5-5 happens from 2-1 in the 88th minute, you're doing the rat tail with me. Rosic. It's difficult right now for the Roots with a lot of the players they brought in, academy players or players who have freshly signed their pro contracts as teenagers, to get any sort of rhythm here as they look for an equalizing goal. All Spokane have to do is hold strong and stay mistake-free. Trejo is the player who could produce that magic. El Masnaoui blocked.
Again, really strong showing defensively from Velocity. Setting really deep at once. El Masnaoui is showing that he is going to shoot, quickly close down the space and block the shot.
Final 90 seconds, a free kick for Oakland. Spokane trying to see this through. If they do, they would be top of the group at the end of the match. It would eliminate Boise from contention because they'd be 4 points back. But Boise would still be able to do Spokane a favor by beating Sacramento. It would give Spokane the group victory. So Boise, they were in it coming into the day. If Oakland find an equalizer, Boise would still be in it. But with a Spokane regulation win, Boise's bid would be done from winning the group. Lumped in from the free kick. And again, this is the group standings. That's not to say the second wild card or the wild card spot. The wild card spot is a whole different animal. One team against the wild card spot. But Boise would be eliminated from group contention here in Group 1 if this result holds. Spokane, can they hold on for the victory? Four minutes of stoppage time. Another ball driven in on the volley. Sliced through, bouncing around. Almost now we're looking for it. Not out of the woods yet. Stays down for Waldeck. walks. Just been nothing sent goalward from Oakland. A few wings and prayers from a long way out. No shots on target in the second half. And they find one here. Oh, headed clear. Hackshaw.
Good touch.
Chip through. Rosage centering. Ball still loose. Waldeck, can he get it clear? Yes. Halfway through stoppage.
Really positive touch there from Rosage just to continue the momentum and put more pressure on this back line of the velocity.
They'll be content to play this around here, Spokane. Keep it as far away from their own goal as possible.
Yeah, a little bit of frustration from Lee Wiedemann, saying that Spokane needs to be a lot cleaner in their possession.
Side flag was up on Bradley Roberson, but the advantage played as it ends up in the hands of Marancio. Rolled through, it's Pelaez, and it trickles in off of Caracheo. Pelaez haunts his old team again. It seals the victory for Spokane.
Just a direct ball over the top, Marancio. And the work rate from Pelaez showing off his strength, willingness to give Spokane their third and solidify a win here on the road. Really strong showing of will there from Pelaez.
And during the celebrations, the final whistle did blow. So Spokane Velocity just put all the pressure on Sacramento Republic. They take on Boise later tonight. It's a game where Boise, with a win in regulation and a lot of help elsewhere, could be in contention for the wild card spot. But this win eliminates Boise from group contention. If Sacramento win or just get it to a shootout against Boise later on, they would go back on top of Spokane. So there's still a lot up for grabs in this group, but Spokane did its part with a 3-1 win over the Oakland Roots. And the fighter of the match presented by Modelo, or award for those with a fighting spirit. Modelo, the mark of a fighter, is Neville Hackshaw for his goal 2 minutes in.
Yeah, really good header at the back post. Hackshaw was comfortable with the ball at his feet and a leader for the Oakland Roots side. Look for him to continue to progress in 2026. He's going to be a big part of the back line.
Spokane won it 2-1 at home against Oakland last year. They do it 3-1 on the road this time. They've had some success against these Roots. We're back in a moment to wrap things up from Oakland.
Our need to connect is at the heart of being human. The places and people who make us feel valued, body, mind, and spirit. At Anthem Blue Cross, we know life touches each of us differently, with things we expect and things we don't. We're showing up in ways not expected, helping all of us feel connected to a community of care.
lot of people don't know this about UCSF, but we have more female sports doctors than anywhere else in the country.
Our Women's Sports Medicine Center is the first clinic in the Bay Area to focus on female patients. We would reconstruct the ACL. Our bodies are different. Our injuries are different.
We are constantly staying up to date on the latest science. And we're all athletes ourselves, so we understand what their goals are.
We love to help athletes get back to doing what they love.
UCSF Health.
Against Sacramento as we show you the standings here at the Group 1 in round 4. You've got Boise, who are eliminated from group contention. They can still get a way through in the wild card with some help in a regulation win against Sacramento, but they are eliminated with Oakland, Monterey, and Las Vegas from contention in the group. Ricky, Spokane and Sacramento, who's going through as the group winner? Basically, I'm asking you, is it Sacramento beating Boise or
Sacramento's beating Boise?
All right, Sacramento beating Boise, so you think that Spokane's hard work will be for naught as Sacramento has a chance later on. We're just getting started today. This is the first of 20 matches in USL Prinx Tires Cup. My broadcast partner Ricky Lopez-Espin and the crew that makes this possible. I'm Joe Malva saying so long for now. Spokane takes it 3-1 over Oakland. Stick with us all day long for all your coverage of the Prinx Tires USL Cup. One game down, 19 to go on this final day of group play.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.
Batash, good service, back post! Quick start for the Roots. Neville Hackshaw giving them the lead. Batash, good service, back post! Quick start for the Roots. Neville Hackshaw giving them the lead.
Hackshaw doing Hackshaw things, just so dominant in the air. The center back is phenomenal ball to the far post from Batash. You just see the pace and the location